Either he was helped by people in the prison to commit suicide. He didn't commit suicide by himself. That's clear.
So who killed Jeffrey Epstein? Good question, right? I mean, was it Jeffrey Epstein or someone else? I mean, he was a pedophile, and life in prison was not going to be easy. You might take your own life. But he also knew a lot of secrets about powerful people, and how he died might be the key to all of this.
It's the controversial video that is triggering a MAGA mutiny. It's supposed to show raw footage of the jail cell where Jeffrey Epstein was being held the night he committed suicide. The video was released by the Department of Justice to prove that no one entered Epstein's cell before he was found dead, and that he really did take his own life. But it's only fueling more conspiracy theories. Look, the video jumps just before 11:59 to midnight. There's 1 full minute missing. Attorney General Pam Bondi tried to explain the missing minute.
Every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing.
I spoke with forensic video expert Andrew Garrett. Do you think this is really the raw footage?
No, not at all. We've got major problems with this video. You have a missing section in the video. These are 2 actual videos stitched together.
So do you believe this video was purposely edited?
It definitely looks suspect.
Well, let's start here first.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy?
All right, that should tell you a lot, because what we're talking about is as important as it gets. But I want you to meet a guy who spent time in Jeffrey Epstein's cell and hear what he has to say. So just give me a second first to talk about what we know. Trump and Epstein were close. That's a fact. Trump said he was never on Epstein's plane and never on Epstein's island until it was revealed that he lied.
Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years, even stating that Epstein, quote, likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. In 2021, as part of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, it was revealed that Donald Trump lied about riding on Epstein's plane. He actually flew on it 7 times.
And of course, we have testimony from 2 women who, as 13 and 14-year-olds, had sex with Trump and witnessed him having sex with underage girls. And then there's Trump's sordid past, bragging he could watch young women undress in his beauty pageant. And this episode.
I'm ready.
In the wake of questions and allegations about Donald Trump's behavior towards women, ET discovered this footage in our archive, which we provided to CBS News.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
And of course, the weird comments about his daughters.
Trump and then-wife Marla Maples appeared on the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous back in 1994. Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donna, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral. She's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell. Although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird.
And when in court for raping Jean Carroll, where she was ultimately awarded $100 million by a New York jury, Trump said he wouldn't have raped her because she wasn't his type. There's a type that you rape?
You were referring to her physical looks, correct?
Just the overall. I look at her, I see her, I hear what she says, whatever. You wouldn't be a choice of mine either, to be honest with you. I hope you're not insulted. I would not, under any circumstances, have any interest in you.
But what is inflaming MAGA world is Trump's reluctance to not only release the Epstein files, but to balance these 2 narratives simultaneously. The first is that there were no files.
Growing fallout over the Trump administration effectively closing the case of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, as many of the president's supporters demand more information.
And then there are files.
It's sitting on my desk.
It's like a criminal version of Schrodinger's cat, right? The cats are alive and dead at the same time. But of course, this isn't quantum physics. It's Trump's sick reality. And MAGA isn't buying it.
Roseanne Barr just turned on Donald Trump. After the former president said it's unbelievable, people are still talking about Jeffrey Epstein, the comedian, one of his most vocal supporters, publicly blasted him. She wrote on social media, "Yes, we still care about Epstein, and told him to read the damn room.
Elon Musk is making a pretty good point. He's saying the only reason they're not releasing the files is because Donald Trump's name is in them.
And of course, with all that comes this basic question. If there is no client list, why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison for sex trafficking, and why won't Republicans allow her to testify?
While the pressure builds around Justice Department officials, the Daily Mail is reporting that a source close to Ghislaine Maxwell says she is willing and eager to appear before Congress if she's asked to testify about the elusive Epstein client list.
But here's the latest. This guy spent years in the same cell as Jeffrey Epstein and says there's no way he could have killed himself. Listen.
Okay, I'm joined now by someone, and this is interesting, with intimate knowledge of the very jail cell Epstein died in. Michael Francis, he was a capo for the Colombo crime family in the 1980s. He served time in the exact cell where Epstein was later held. Michael, welcome back to the program. Tell us about that cell, and what do you make of these revelations that there is a minute missing from the surveillance video, Michael?
Well, listen, you know, I spent 7 months on that tier and in those cells. And the first thing I have to say, there's no way you are able to commit suicide. There's just no way. There's no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling. There's nothing from the bed. You'd have to be a midget and work really hard to try to hang yourself. And I don't think you can accomplish it at that point. You know, as far as the cameras being off, I haven't experienced that. I did 8 years in prison, and I haven't experienced cameras being broken in the perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells. They walk in and they look in on you all the time. As a matter of fact, you know, sometimes it's embarrassing to go to the toilet because they're walking past you and looking in the cell constantly. So I've said this from day one. I do not believe it was suicide. I can't talk about what happened to him, but I don't believe it was a suicide because you just couldn't physically do it. It would be almost impossible to do it. So that's number one. You know,
it must be interesting, Michael. When you look at the video, though, it must be interesting because you know the area. I mean, we all look at this and it just looks like a prison, but this must look very familiar to you.
Absolutely. You know, to think that there's no flight logs, that there's no client list, that the thousands of recordings that they had, because I found out for sure that he had cameras on every bedroom, recording everything, and all of a sudden all of it is gone. I mean, none of this makes sense. And look, the only reason it's important, it's not that anybody's trying to say, come on, this guy was a creep. And there was young women involved in this, young girls that were trafficked and abused. I have 5 daughters and I have granddaughters, and I just don't like it. And anybody that's involved in this should be held accountable.
There is some truth to the fact that the world is on fire, but this is a motherfucker who tossed a match on it. If Trump isn't a pedophile, then he's doing the best imitation of all time. And the rank and file MAGA is wondering who this new Trump is. Spoiler alert, it's the same guy he ever was.
How many of you are satisfied? You can clap. Satisfied with the results of the Epstein investigation? Clap.
So let's summarize again. Trump won't release the Epstein files. He's calling conservatives, telling them to shut up about it. He's backing his attorney general, who has lied and contradicted herself. And the Republicans won't allow Maxwell to testify. So why the fuck not?
Either he was helped by people in the prison to commit suicide. He didn't commit suicide by himself. That's clear. Either he was helped to commit suicide or somebody killed him.
Wow, here's my question. Trump has done something wrong, and his name must be in the Epstein files. So his actions kind of make sense. But why is Mike Johnson, this little holy roller lying cockwaffle, protecting Trump? I mean, the rapist and apparently pedo. I mean, I know these Christians love to talk about forgiveness, but this same group wants to deport children with cancer to jails in foreign countries, but they're going to defend a guy who may have had sex with a 13-year-old girl? Is that what this is? If not, please tell me.
Pam Bondi's declaration that there was nothing suspicious about Epstein's death is leading to a MAGA civil war.
Epstein is a key that picks the lock on so many things.
But the reason why this is so important, because it appears to them now that Trump might not be as they've come to believe, but instead more and more like the very thing we warned about.
Goddamn right.
It's sitting on my desk.
Do you have no shame?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong? Yes.
TikTok!
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.